Tell me more about how the Steady Letters became in life. How long you guys been around? How did it all started? Give me some of that.
I mean, I've always loved rock music. I've always loved music in general.
Mm-hmm.
But for a long time, I didn't go down that path myself. A long time ago, I was writing lyrics. I was writing tunes, but I had no end goal for them. There was a time when I was working in an office doing marketing and then PR.
Mm-hmm.
And I always had the dream of doing something with music, and it felt like it was too late, basically. You know, that thing we were talking about earlier where people get onto a path, and at a certain point in life you think it's too much to make a change now.
Yeah.
You know, what if it doesn't work out? You know, where will I end up? So at that time I started to test the waters though, and I was writing music. I was spending more time on the guitar, writing tunes, writing riffs and that kind of thing. And that's how the band started, was me basically picking up the guitar and trying to write when I didn't really know what I was doing. I had never really tried songwriting properly. I'd never studied it or anything like that. And I started to write, and some of those songs I made and I recorded and released very quickly after the band started. But I had people dropping in and out of the band. A really good friend of mine that I've known since school, Sean, who's an amazing drummer, really phenomenal, technically really gifted, grade 8 drummer.
Shout out to Sean. Sean, my man.
Sean Henselko.
Hey.
Very gifted, and he helped me start the band, and he knew more about recording than I did because he'd studied music. So he helped me to record and cut that very first demo, which isn't even online anymore, of those really early tunes. And that's what set me off on the journey. We started to play a few gigs. We were just a duo. It was me on guitar and vocals and him on drums, and that was it. There was nobody else in the band, and you know, so I started to look for other members. I started to like have auditions. I brought in guitar player, bass player. Sean wanted to drop out, so I brought in a new drummer. He was a little bit less interested in music at that point, having studied it and played it for a long time. He needed a break, and so I brought in another drummer, and it just kind of happened like that in pieces at a time.
Mm-hmm. How long ago was it?
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, that's probably going back 5 years when
It's
really
not too long.
No, it's not. It's not crazy, but it's still feels like a long time.
Because when I saw you guys, you were pretty fresh. That was like you guys been doing this for 2 years or something. Because I saw you guys like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, maybe it was longer when I started it. But the thing is, I had those songs already, so the idea of the band started a very long time ago. But the actual band itself, with its current like members now, so it's me. There's Tom Mullen on drums. We've got.
Do we have them there? Can you
Andy
see them?
Skipper, yeah, they're all here. So Andy Skipper there on the left, pulling the best blue steel I've ever seen mid-gig on the bass guitar.
Yeah.
Tom's on the drums, Tom Mullen, he's fantastic. He's a drummer. He's also a pizza chef.
Oh.
Well, he used to be a pizza chef. He's like very involved in like the running of the restaurant and the chain and stuff. But he's absolutely brilliant. He used to be in loads of metal bands as a drummer.
Oh, okay.
So he really knows how to go hard. As a rock drummer, he's brilliant.
What's his name?
His name's Tom Mullen.
Tom knows how to go hard.
He does know. He knows how to go hard.
Wait.
Which one?
Tom knows how to go hard.
You could have pushed any of those buttons and it probably would have worked. Push another random one.
Tom knows how to go hard?
Exactly.
I don't think that one works.
I don't know, man. Kind of works. If you know Tom, it works. Awesome. And then on the right there is Simon on the guitar. Simon Gaddazi.
Simon looks very confused.
Simon is always confused.
He's like, I don't know. What is the next song? What is the song we're singing?
Simon's always confused. He's brilliant, man. Do
you remember when I went to see you guys and I actually gave you comments about the performance? Do you remember what I said?
Okay, first of all, I need to remember where it was that you saw us. Because the last time I remember you seeing... I remember you seeing me solo. And that was a long time ago, Old Street Records.
No, I definitely went to the place where all the band was on. And I came to you and I had like a couple of drinks in me. Yeah. And all of a sudden I felt like I know shit. That I used to be in a band for like a couple of years. And all of a sudden I'm like, I'm so... So what I said to you was like, why your bass guitarist is not moving. It looks like he's falling asleep.
Yeah.
Why he's not more interacting? That literally, that's all I said. I said like, oh, you guys are pretty good, but your bass guitarist is not moving at all.
Could have been worse, to be honest. I mean, that's not the worst review in the world. A lot of bass guitarists, I think, are like that, you know.
Really?
They're super chilled. Bass guitarists are so chilled.
Look at the Red Hot Chili Peppers, man.
Okay, look, that is a real exception to the rule.
Finn is not...
Flea.
Sorry, Finn. Yeah. Flea is not really biting the rules.
No, but then he plays bass like a madman as well.
Yeah,
slap bass.
he's nuts.
You know. He pretty much... I don't know, did he pioneer slap bass? I think he did. Yeah, exactly. But the majority, 99% of bass players, I would say, that I've played with have been super chill guys, really very laid back. So, I don't know, maybe that's what you were picking up on.
Yeah.
So it's okay, don't worry, I don't hold a grudge, man.
I just know that when I have a couple of drinks, all of a sudden I know everything. Hey, this is what you need to do.
Yeah. So
cool.
yeah, those are the guys. So they've played on all the recordings. So we put out 2 singles this year, and I recorded them when I was studying for my masters. I recorded all the drums at Tile Yard, which is where I studied, which is in King's Cross. But then all the bass, the guitar, the vocals, I recorded all of that at home in my bedroom.
Nice.
And the mattress palace.
Just has a little romance taste to it.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's exactly why.
Fresh underwear.
It's nothing to do with budget or the fact that I don't want to pay £300 a day for a studio.
So when do you... it's kind of question, but...
oh, look, same jeans.
Yeah, there you go, same jeans. That's big money right there.
Branding is important.
Very important.
Consistency is
still good. Everyone still wears the same clothes. Yeah, for sure. The bass guitarist, middle of winter, has to wear shorts
I have a different funky shirt today.
And so all of them have different ways to make money, and I'm guessing like the music is just more like a thing for your heart. And
yeah, I mean, music for me now is becoming more and more viable. I've always wanted to do something creative, man. Always, and yet it always seemed to me very hard as to go into a creative industry and forge a path. And there's no handbook out there, there's no guide out there that says, oh, okay, cool, yeah, you know, these people that are doing this thing for a living that you want to do, well, here's how they got there. There's so many snake oil salesmen, people who just want to sell you the right way. And I feel like a lot of them don't have a clue about how to get into, particularly the fields that we're in, for example, film, music, where there are so many routes in, there are so many ways to get into that industry, and yet there's no one concrete way. If you want to be a doctor, go study medicine. If you get a good degree from a good university, and then you go to, or you go to law school, you know that you're on the path to becoming a lawyer. Somebody that studies music, there's no guarantee that they're on the path to becoming